Online? I mean, means.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah, just went online.
Namaste and very happy to see you all.
Namaskar.
All familiar faces.
Thank you so much.
And I want to congratulate Bharata Kalanjali Melbourne for initiating such a wonderful, wonderful idea that 10 days you're going with understanding on this Bharatanatyam, the nuances, and I saw the program, this 10 days program. It's an excellently, very well programmed, and all the best to you all, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Anna. Today, Nandini will conduct the workshop, so I'll just pass on to her. Yeah,
I won't be conducting the workshop.
Sorry,
Anna.
sorry, Anna. You know me, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for joining us, Anna. It's so good to see you after a little while.
I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, can everyone please, whoever is not on
The voice is breaking, ma.
Nandos, it's like windy or something.
No, it's
like
not. It's someone
else. Can you all mute your sessions, please?
Everyone that's unmuted, please mute yourselves. Thank you. So I was just saying, thank you so much, Anna, for joining us for our Navaratri series. We're so thrilled to have you. It's a real blessing. And I just want to give although you don't need any introduction to Bharata Kalanjali Melbourne, I just want to give a small introduction before we start. So, but before I do that, I would just like to remind everyone to please turn on your videos, put yourselves on mute. And for those who would like to ask a question, Anna, it's up to you if you would prefer people to ask questions through the workshop or if you prefer to have questions at the end?
At any point.
Okay. So if people want to unmute themselves to ask questions at any point, please feel free.
Just show your patakam and shoot your question.
Yeah. You can also use the reactions button at the bottom if you would like to, so that it can flag whoever wants to ask a question. So today's session is planned to be around the nuances of Adavu, and as we know, Anna's Nritta is something to aspire to. So just a little introduction on Narendran Anna, although he needs no introduction, like I said. Narendran Anna is a direct disciple of Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundale, who's the founder of Kala Kshetra and is trained in both Bharatanatyam and Kathakali. He has choreographed and performed in many productions around the globe, including some of our best productions at BKDS Melbourne, most recently Alayam, and is a highly sought-after teacher and mentor to many dancers. In addition to his Bharatanatyam repertoire, he has also choreographed for theatre and modern dance projects. Narendran Anna is multi-talented, having recently acted as a main character in a film called His Father's Voice, where he's also a singer and a Nattavanar. He has won many recognitions and awards, including the Obel Reddy Senior Dancer Award for Natyarangam from Nardagana Sabha Trust, amongst many, many others. Narendran Anna is known for his passionate teaching style, immersive abhinaya, and philosophical approach to this beautiful art form. So it's my absolute pleasure to hand over to Narendran Anna. Thank you.
Just to add with that, I was so lucky to be in Kalakshetra when Srimati Rukmini Devi was there. For the viewers or younger generation, if you don't know who is Rukmini Devi, she is the founder of Kalakshetra Foundation. And how to describe her, is like not just legend, above legend, if there is any word. And she was a visionary, and she's the person who revived this art form itself. And she's the person who brought Bharatanatyam onto this modern arenas. So, my subject here with Adavu also, she has made a very clear way of practice for this Natyam. And what I wanted to say is that I was so lucky for about my student life. Always she was there as my examiner, or in the dance productions when I did some characters, when I worked for Kalakshetra, or when I was a student of Kalakshetra, she was always there giving me corrections. And that way, she is a guru to me, and she's a dictionary of Natyam, I would say. So now come to the subject today, nuances of Adavu. Any Bharatanatyam practitioner knows Adavu is the basic practice to become a Bharatanatyam practitioner. And what is Adavu? In a very quick way, very briefly, if I want to describe, Adavu is a unit of dance, which is set as a set with few movements with the help of Anga, Pratyanga and Upangas. If you want to know what is Anga, Pratyanga, Upanga, it's all our body limbs. Angas are like your head, hands, legs, waist, chest, sides, feet. And Pratyangas are like shoulder blades, arm, back, belly, neck, thigh, the cock muscles. I can also like eyebrows and wrist. And I had a after long time I'm talking about Anga, Pratyanga, Upanga. And there are Upangas. Upangas are eyes, eyebrows, cheek, jaw, lips. Generally, we have to be aware of every part of our body. So when you get into that practice of Adavu, we all know that we have to get a good understanding about head to toe. So number one is we can go from head to toe. We can start from toe to head also. But I would say it's like Shiro Bhedas, like Samam Udvahitam Madho Mukam Malolitam Dhutam Kampitam Chat Paravritam Utshiptam Parivahitam. Very quickly to show you a few. And then the usage of all these Samashiras and usages of Udvahita Shiras is all another. That's a usage of the basics. But to start with Adavus, number one, you have to understand the basic. Then goes to eyes. Again, Samam, Alolitam, Sachi, Pralokita, Nimilite, Ullokita, Anuprattecha, Avalokitam. These are the basic eye movements. Then goes with neck, Sundari, Tiraschina, Parivartita, Prakampita. Just to be aware of and understanding our body, this Anga, Pratyanga, Upanga, it is like all alphabets for the head, alphabets for eyes, alphabet for neck, and then goes with alphabets, Pataka, Tripataka, Ardapataka, Trimukam, Mayuram, Ardayantran, Radam, Shakutanam, Mushti, Shigaram, Kavitam, and so on, with Asamyukta Hasta and Samyukta Hasta, Anjali, Kapotam, Karkadam, Swastikam, how to combine your hand gestures. So these are all the basic understanding one need to know Anga, Pratyanga and Upanga. And then goes with the feet. Mandalam, Utplavanam, Brahmari, Chari. That are the basic footworks. Like with the legs, what all we can do is Mandalam is a still posture. Utplavanam, jumps. Brahmari, a circular movement. Or Chari, gait, walking. So once you understand the theory or the way how to understand head to toe, every part of your body, you are ready to move your body. And then a position of hands, position of legs, like Aramandi, Murumandi, then the variations of like Mandala Bheda. sthanakam, ayatam. I hope you understand. Do I need to demonstrate? But I think this is fine, isn't it? Alidam, Prenganam, Preridam, Pratyalidam, Sustigam is all position of feet. Then the jumps begins. Utpluta Brahmari, Chakra Brahmari, the Brahmari Vedas. Chakra Brahmari, Garuda Vida, Tadeka Pada Brahmari. How all you can make a movement in a circular movements. Then how all you can walk. Adavu Chalanam, Paschat Chankramanam, Saranam, Vegini, Kuttanam. So many variations of. When I go detail, if I start demonstrating, I don't think I will go even halfway of describing all this. So if you have any questions of asking, if you have any questions on that, please feel free. I can even show you how to do Pratyalidam or what is Alidam, what is the difference between. For anything, any questions raises. So when all these are ready, then you are ready to do an Adavu. So when it comes to an Adavu, these Adavus are the coordination of Anga, Pratyanga and Upanga. And this is set for the last more than so-called 2000 years. This Bharatanatyam is formed. But of course, from Guru to Guru, those Gurus' interpretation and Gurus' understanding on that subject and that variations have come, and there are, so many different schools. And I come from Kalakshetra, and in Kalakshetra, how we are trained is only I'm going to come up with you. So when you are ready to learn Adavus, first is understanding the whole body parts, positions, how all you can use with that understanding of body position movements, then you are ready for Nritta. I don't need to describe what is Bharatanatyam, Bhava, Raga, Tala. Bharatanatyam, some great guru says, also Bharatanatyam. And occasionally, probably I'll be using dance, the word dance, but I like to mention that if I refer to dance, it means Natyam. I would say that Natyam is the right word to directly connect with Bharatanatyam dance style. So when it comes to all this understanding, then you're ready to learn Adavu, and this Adavu is coming from the part of Nritta, because after knowing what is Bhava, Raga, Tala, then the next segment is understanding what is Nritta, Nritya, Natya. Okay, so what is Nritta is so-called pure dance. And they also describe Nritta, there is no particular emotion or expression is portrayed, but the fundamental, the basic movements. But for me, joy is an emotion. Without joy, there is nothing. So always you have to understand why we are dancing, why all this art form is for the joy of it. And like Rukmini Devi said, dance is not only an entertainment, but education through entertainment. So when you focus, you will understand that you are not training your body, but you are training your mind. And when you are training your mind how to be focused with whatever you're doing, it will be a meditative process. So training our mind is the most important than training our body. That's how at least I see it. So you have to understand that is what is Nritta, Nritya, Natya. Nritta is pure dance, I explained. Nritya is where you describe word meaning, like a poetry or anything, any message that you want to convey through your gestures. Then that can be into Natyam, where the poetry and the concept or a theme is very important. The Natyam becomes like a dramatic aspects. When you describe a story, you narrate that story as a character. So character means not only for drama, even in Bharatanatyam repertoire, Varnam. We have Sanchari Bhavas. In Sanchari, the same dancer transforms to the characters, different characters, and portray that and to convey the message. So what we are doing is only Nritta today. I am concentrating on Nritta because Nritta only the base of Adavus. So when it comes to Nritta, again, you have to understand that to perform this, you have to go a little bit more deeper in like how a dancer dances. A dancer dances is Abhinay Darpanam says, Asyena alam bhaged geetam, hastena artham pradarshayet, chakshurabhyam darshayet bhavam, padabhyam talam acharet. Like a dancer dances singing herself, hastena artham pradarshayet, and show the meaning of the song through gestures, hand gestures, and the mind, of course. Chakshurabhyam darshayet bhavam, and show the expression of whatever she wants to emote is expressed through your facial mind. And padabhyam talam acharet, show the rhythm of that song with the footwork. And this is how a dancer dances. But when it comes to Adavu itself, very first Tattadu itself, a student must train himself or herself by saying Teyya Tey inside. This is Asian Alambe Gidam is not only just saying it loud. In olden days, I told you, Bharatanatyam is originated more than 2000 years. That time, we did not have a mic or a separate supporting singer and so on. So the dancer herself used to sing. So that was the best actually. But now, when we have all these accompanying artists, not that only they are singing, we have to learn how to sing from within. So when you learn to sing from within, your movements have that coordination just apt. So that training starts from Tattadus. So a student dancers practice itself, that's a basic practice. In Tattadus only you keep your hands on your waist and in a position called Aramandi, half sitting posture, Ayata Mandalam, and then practicing this Adavu, this unit of Adavu, that particularly that unit of an Adavu itself is set into a particular rhythm pattern, and that pattern is practiced in 3 different speeds at least. In those days, a real training, they used to practice, it seems, I've heard only from my gurus, they used to practice in 6 different speeds. So, but now it is probably minimized to 3 speeds. So, first speed, second speed, and third speed, and backwards. Second speed and first speed is very important. This is not only to make a dancer understand the rhythm and the different tempos. It also helps to develop the muscles and understanding coordination of mind and body. For me, dance is all about that. The greatest dancer comes from the one who is able to relate or connect with the mind and body. And if we are doing the best of us, and that's the best dancer, where the best dancer comes from. So when it comes from that music that the dancer sings herself, and Asina Alam Bhedgitam Hastenartham Pradashe, I told you. Then comes the next level is Yato Hastahas Tado Drishtihi, Yato Drishtihi Stato Manha, Yato Manas Tado Bhavu, Yato Bhavas Tato Rasa. That is what very popular. Everyone, most of the dancers knows that. That is wherever the hand goes, the eyes must follow. Wherever eyes are, your mind should be there. Wherever your mind is, the emotion. And where all this together, the rasanubhava, the aesthetic or aesthetic experience. So this is the next understanding an Adavu practitioner needs. It's all way to train our mind and all anga pratyanga upangas. And once that coordination is there, then comes when you're ready to be a dancer. So when you're ready to be a dancer, you come to the dance class. keeping hands together. And for me, number one, you say, may my mind and body be in union. Whatever my mind says, my body should be able to do. And that is the number one prayer. Then you start with Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vachikam Sarva Vagmayam Aharyam Chandra Taradi Tamnuma Satvikam Shiva. As far as I've noticed, most of us, even when I was a student, I used to think that Lord Shiva, please give me dance. Lord Shiva, please give me dance. And I don't know how much God gave me dance. But then I started realizing that what is dance is not Narendran dancing, not the person dancing. The dancer in that person only can dance. So nobody can show off that I am a dancer. But what is the most important? To be a dancer. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. My coordinator Nandini, hope it is clear what I'm saying. If you have anything that it's not clear, please show me patakam and then please go ahead. Okay. I'm not able to see other people in the display. So if somebody else is showing hands, I don't know. I see only Radhika teacher and Gayatri and Nandini in my display, but rest all hiding somewhere. Okay. Anyway, this is something from an artist perspective, whatever I'm going to say. Bhakti is one. I'll come to Bhakti later. Bhakti or I'll tell now itself, otherwise I might forget. Bhakti for me, a dancer is able to coordinate with all that necessary things like Anga Pratyanga Upangas to your mind and body. And when you are focused with that, when you are dedicated to that, what you are doing is already Bhakti that you are showing towards your dance. Otherwise, you can pray Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Narayanaya. There will be God will be giving you. But as an artist to develop this understanding of one is this, the other one is Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vachikam Sarva Vagmaya. The moment when you say that, you know the cosmic dancer, Lord Shiva. And we are dancing the same concept of Tandava Lasya. That will come to Adavus. Tandava is not only for Shiva to dance. The aspect of, the male aspect of dance, or the Tandava, that's the concept of Shiva's dance. So what is that? Shiva's dance for me is the majestic form, the energetic form, where you make movements with rigid expression. That's all related to that masculine aspect of dance. So wherever that aspect of dance comes in Adavu, you have to be very carefully handle where that energy has to be executed. And then Lasyam, Parvati's dance, or the feminine aspect of dance, which is very graceful, very gentle. So also this is in Adavus. Otherwise, Bharatanatyam cannot be a combination of Tandavam and Lasyam. So we have to really 100% distinguish that where Tandava concept comes in an Adavu, where the Lasya concept comes in an Adavu. And this is what is the another most important aspect of dancers' mind to be prepared with.
Anna,
So then, yes, please.
sorry to interrupt. Do you think you could maybe show us an Adavu which is showing that Tandavam aspect and an Adavu?
Definitely, we will do. We will definitely do, but maybe not me, but I will show you. I think some of them are ready with the dance costume to dance.
Vashish is here, Anna.
Sorry?
Vashish is here. You know, I wanted to ask you, are you logged in through your laptop or?
Laptop.
So if you go for I think, did you go for speaker view or gallery view? If you go for gallery, you should see all of us.
Okay.
We are around 38 people here on the.
Okay. Yeah. They were hiding because you are showing me more. I'm on the gallery view only. Yeah. I'm able to see you all now. Most of you, not all, but yeah, you are there, 35, 38.
And Vashi is there too, Yana, if you want to give someone for you.
All right. So, a dancer needs, as I told you, Narendran cannot be dancing, but the dancer in Narendran can be dancing. So, how to get there is my next question. So the moment when you go Angikam Bhuvanam Mesya Vachikam Sarva Vagmai Maharin Chandra Tarati Tam Nama Sat Vishwa, I am also doing the same dance as like how Shiva danced. Or is it any different what you do in Bharatanatyam? Is it any different than what Shiva's Tandava and Lasya? Because all Bharatanatyam is all about combination of Tandavam and Lasya. So how I relate with this slokam in Angikam Bhuvanam is, if he's a cosmic dancer, how you describe? Because you have to understand what is dance. What is dance first? Movement and taking space in rhythm. These are the basic of dance. Any dance, from disco to Bharatanatyam or Bharatanatyam to any dance type. Movement, space, rhythm. Now, when you see that whole universe itself is in movement and definitely taking space and going in rhythm. So the whole universe itself is in dance. Some great Rishi who visualized that it is Lord Shiva himself is dancing. So that he wrote Angikam Bhuvanam Mesya Vachikam, that is, he is the whole universe. And he is a cosmic dancer. The cosmic dancer comes from there. So am I able to receive or internalize this Lord Shiva in me? Number one, to be a dancer. So when I feel that if I can dance like Krishna, if I can dance like Shiva, if I can dance like Durga, why can't I dance like Lord Shiva himself? So this is another energy or a transformation a dancer needs. So the moment you transform, then you realize that how you describe this universe: north, south, east, west. Northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, 8 directions there. And it's the same thing, whichever direction you move. You understand lines. What is Rekha? A Bharatanatyam dancer needs this quality of understanding. What is Java, Sthiratvam, Rekha, Brahmari, Drishti, Rashamaha. Now I am coming only to that. Rekhas are lines, understanding lines. So these 8 directions are very clear. And then our body has a limit of movements. My hand is limited, like maybe 1 meter or 1.5 meters only length. But from my inner self, if I dance, this can be unlimited, because a movement is not limited. A movement means it is unlimited. So probably you can dance like the whole, as a cosmic dancer, why not? And that's how I see it. Or I pray to Lord Shiva with Angikam Bhuvanam. And it's a reminder. Every time our mind only forget things. So once you are able to remind yourself that movements are not limited, and this is the movement that I'm supposed to dance like Lord Shiva, and the cosmic dancer means you internalize that and you execute that dance. And another thing, before practicing Adavus, we also pray Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yes, as a religious Hindu prayer, Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, Guru is Maheshwara. And Sakshat Param Brahman is a formless that Guru is the most highest, and I worship that Guru. So this is the meaning. How, as an artist, how I internalize is, where is this Guru which has got no form? So I ask myself, who is my first Guru? I would say my mother. Did I listen to my mother all the time? I say limited, not all. Did I listen to my father? Anybody, you can ask this question to yourself and you will find an answer. Don't say it loud. And Mata, Pita and Guru. So many teachers, so many Gurus you have. Did you listen to your Guru all the time? Okay, answer silently. Then the God, Deva. All the mythology stories describing philosophy of life. It's all for the benefit of our life only. So did you listen to the gods? Again, answer is a question mark. Then next level of the whole nature itself is a Guru. Nature is teaching us. Internet is teaching us. So with whom you are really listening? or whom you are following? No one, but you follow your inner realizations, understandings. So your guru is residing within you. As a dancer, you have to realize that I have to be honest to what I am doing. I have to be truthful to what I am doing. And from that space of truth and honesty, this divine dance comes. Why Bharatanatyam is called a divine dance is only because of that truth. Truth becomes the God. So you have to be to the utmost true self before you start practicing of dance. And dance starts with Adavu. Thank you so much for giving me this title, Nuances of Adavus, because without these Adavus, I don't think Bharatanatyam can be learned. So these are the basics. And the next level, what I want to go with Adavus itself. So to understand Adavus, number one is Talam. Okay, so when you go Talam, most of us are blessed with good Talam. You know, actually they say to have good Talam, it's a blessing. And I've heard also my guru saying that if you have a disciplined life, you know, orderliness in life, that means you will be blessed to have good rhythm, good talam. And these talams, in Bharatanatyam, you say you have most of the adavus are in Adi talam. Adi means ancient, the oldest talam pattern with 8 counts. And that's why it is called Adi Talam. So understand the Talam number one and how you recite that Talam. For example, Te, Ya, Te, that tempo, the meter. And now I would ask whoever ready to dance, please get ready and we will do few Adavus. We'll see where the Tandava comes, where the Lasya comes. Ready? Let's go. Yes. There is also, before you start Adavu, we always have a salutation. This salutation, many gurus describe in various ways. But my gurus, this word guru is also a big question mark because so many people don't like to be addressed as gurus. My guru is inside me. And my gurus are also having a guru within them. And when they realize that guru, and from that guru space, if you are giving to the guru in me, means I can relate that guru in the other person. I've also thought that who can be a good guru is the one who is able to enlighten the disciple. So that in dance, if you're merely teaching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know how good that guru is transferring that knowledge, because a dance teacher needs to, or dance guru needs to understand the potentials we say in English, but understand the real talent of the student. And according to the students, whatever understand that the student understand, giving it accordingly. So never teaching is the same for everyone. It's not like a 30, 40 student dance in the academic, is in the school. So that can be the same. 1 + 1 is 2. Or BEA, UTI, FUL, beautiful. You know, that's common for everyone. Everyone has to understand that way. Because when we are dancing, we are not only using our brain. We have so many other intelligence also, not only our intelligence in the head. We have emotional intelligence. And we have many other intelligence in psychology. You can just go with that, because if I start that, I will be going out a little out of subject. And memory. You always think that I have to remember this, after that, after that. No. Don't believe only your brain memory. We have eyes memory, we have ears memory, we have smell memory, we have taste memory, we have feeling memory, we have muscles memory, we have emotional memory. So many memories work only when you practice art forms like Bharatanatyam. So you have to let your memories work. But you might block all these memories by only thinking this. So how to delete that this, after this one, after that one, then you will understand that Bharatanatyam is a true language of your heart. So when you say, when you speak, the body does it. I always told my students, our body, physical form is like an animal. You can treat this physical form like a puppy, like a cat, or like a horse, or like an elephant. The moment you imagine you, how you like to be, and that's how you become. I always feel that I'm like a horse. So some people, last time another webinar interview, they was, oh, you are looking still young. It's not about that. How you imagine, how you like to be. And that understanding is very, very important for a dancer, because dance is all about, physical expression. So if you want to physically express whatever your mind says, because mind will never get old. Mind is the only thing will never get old. And that's the thing, artists, we are able to dance like 5-year-old child. We are able to dance like 20-year-old. We are able to dance like 50, 80, 100. Even if I want to dance like a 2,000-year-old person, I can. So we can transform ourselves to God, to demon, to anything. So the mind is that fast in traveling. But when it comes to dance, whatever your mind says your body should be able to do. So that fit you have to keep our body. So how is that possible? That's also most important. That's why so many people describe, when you practice Bharatanatyam, it is equal to practicing of meditation and yoga. Physical fitness and mind's your mind fitness. No, that's not a right word. How do you say that, Nandini?
Mental health? Or...
Yeah, mental health. Very well said. I have so many students, like when you're practicing of these Adavus, when I performed in Germany once, that one neurologist, a doctor told me, Narendran, I saw you dancing right side and the same movement to the left side. He said, yes, this is very important practice in Adavus, symmetric. Whatever you do to the right side, you follow to the left. But what he saw, the neurologist saw, is when you practice like this, when you move your right side, your left side brain work. When you move the same to the left side, your right side brain work. I said, wow, this I studied somewhere in school, but never thought. And for me, now people started brain yoga. You practice Bharatanatyam. It's good enough. It's better than brain yoga. The same way, emotions. When you express all these emotions, there's a cleansing process that happens in our mind. So these are the benefits out of learning Bharatanatyam. Let's go with some Adavus. I think I'm taking too much time. It's okay? We have enough time?
Yeah.
Let's go.
20 minutes.
So when it comes to Namaskar, salutation, this is the basic. Again, the transformation comes from here. After prayer, Lord Shiva, that I receive you within me, and I'm going to execute the same universal movements from within me. That is number one. And realize that I have to be honest, truthful to what I am doing. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. The third one is all these formations and positions come from, this is this Katagamugam to Katagamugam, this denotes flowers. So usually what we offer to the God is flowers. Through flowers, you think of the power protecting you from all around, the 8 directions. Ashtadik Palaka or the Devis or Devas or from all around, think all of them and then get the blessing of all this divine power around you and you begin to dance, then you already transformed to that presenter. Let's go. Dhalam kutaka dhikutaka dhinginnatum kat dhimmi kat dhimmi kat dhimmi kat dhimmi. Excellent. Shall we do first Adavu? It's also Vidyarambam. Nah? Sorry, my camera is.
Nandini, there are a few questions on the chat here.
Yeah. We will get there. Last 5 minutes is okay?
Sure. I'm just, yeah.
All right.
And flag, yeah.
We'll go with first Adavu. Dhalam kutaka dhikutaka dhikinatum. Hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. And hey ya, hey. Second speed. Hey ya, hey. 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 And third speed. Hey ya, hey. 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 Second. Hey ya, hey. 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 And hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. And hey ya. Now, those all of you, whoever danced, you have to ask one question to you and don't answer loud. That is always this asking question is very, very important. Unless you ask a question to you, you will not think how you did, how you performed, and how you like to perform. So these 3 things are there. So, first question, when I did that Adavu, my mind was focused on what I was doing, number 1. And I know that you were listening to the Tayate, and you did in Talam. Doesn't matter, some of you were right to left or left to right, and that video lag also. So I could see that, but that is not the mistakes are, don't think of mistakes, but how focused you are with what you're doing. That is the number 1. We'll go with one Adavu. So this Adavu, I would say again, my gallery view is going away. Yeah. When it comes to Adavu, it's a total preparation to understand the rhythm, understand the basic posture called Ayata Mandalam or Aramandi, and to get the speed or the various tempo and to strengthen your leg muscles. Then the Adavu comes, Teyum tat tat teyum ta, teyum tat tat teyum ta. Again repeating, anything that you do in dance, like in even Tatadavus, you have to enjoy, and you have to ask if you are enjoying what you're doing. Tatadavu, so many people don't like, right? You know why? You fail to enjoy it. The moment when you say Tatadavu, you think that hitting your legs. It is not hitting, it is dance. It is like, for me, you clap with your feet, that's it. So how you clap? You clap like this, or will you clap like this, or you clap like this? So you have to learn how to clap with your feet. So when that's the same thing with your feet, and you will start understanding that it is enjoyable. Or you have to learn how to find joy in it. Even Aramandi position, so many people struggle. They think that you have to go down, 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 down. Yes, there's a particular position that your teacher will guide you with that. And with that position, you have to find comfort. So finding comfort, then only you can enjoy it. When you enjoy it, people who watch you will enjoy it. So the concern should be your joy of doing it. So when you are enjoying, you express that joy. When you express the joy, audience receive that joy. So it is that kind of simple process. So whenever you do an Adavu, you have to always keep that in mind. Joy, always joy. And perfection, perfection, perfection. Yeah. Until you get the perfect eye position of eye, position of body, anga, pratyanga, upanga, awareness of all that. And you should know how to check your body posture, position, structure, and formation, movements, everything that you need to keep checking. You have to, because Bharatanatyam is not practiced with a mirror actually. There are dance schools with a mirror, but the moment you pay attention to the mirror while you're dancing, you'll fail to yato hasta hasta do drishtiki, wherever the hand goes, eyes must follow. And what's happening when you are looking at the mirror? So you should know how to make your mind as a mirror to yourself. So from the mind, you have to realize every movement, if you did it properly or if you did not do properly. So that's all the most important preparation before or while you're practicing Adavu is the most important things, like checking mind. Always questions to ourselves. Then, not Adavu, first one. Dhalam kutakate kutakata dhigirnatum yum tat yum. Looking at your hand and look straight to eye level. Yum tat. One more. Yum tat yum tat yum tat yum. Second speed. Yum tat yum yum tat yum yum tat yum Tayyum tat. Third speed. Right, left, tayyum tat 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 tayyum tat, and that's fine. That's fine. Good. Very good. I told you I'm not looking at the mistakes, but that there was some kind of I felt that there was involvement, and that's the most important. See, what is good dancing and what is bad dancing? I really don't know. Okay? I don't know who is the best dancer also. So don't try to dance like somebody, or don't try to overtake someone. But what you have to overtake? Your own mind's ability. You can ask yourself, oh, is it this much only I can do, or I can do something more better? And that question is also another thing very, very important. Dance is a competition between mind and body. That your own mind and your own body, not someone else's. Once I was in a workshop, like sometime 3 hours of workshop, and the students were getting a little tired. And I asked them, who is the best dancer? And they all looked at me. Do you think Shiva is the best dancer? They all looked at me again. I said that my opinion, I don't think Shiva is a good dancer. And then they all woke up. They all looked at me like I'm mad. But I myself did not know why I said that. And I repeated that, yes, I don't think Shiva is a good dancer because I have not seen him dancing, number one. But definitely he did his best. That's why he's known as the cosmic dancer or the Lord of Dance. So am I doing my best, or are you doing your best? That's all the question. So who is the best dancer? You are the best dancer. Anybody can be the best dancer if you are doing your best. And that is 100% under your control. Now, otherwise, it can be disappointment all the time. Yeah, because you will not be satisfied unless you do your best, isn't it? So that is what is the whole potential about. Now, when you did Tayyum Datta, Tayyum Da, these movements were all cut. I would consider it's an aspect of Tandava. But the same thing, if I do the same, yeah, it's like Tayyum Datta, Tayyum Da. Or if I do it something like Lasyam, for example, So visually you can see, because it's a visual art, it should be visually pleasing. So visually, how do you find the first one or second one? Adavus are that easy to understand. The nuances adavus, Tandavam, Lasyam. Only two ways you can do. There is no the third way. Either that rigid or strong and the energetic like Tandava concept of movement or Lasya concept of movement. And these movements are, it is not Narendran's perspective. It is the way how it looks visually beautiful. Or you say, what was the best, first or second? 1, 2. Only your hands. Suji or Kartari. Yeah, that's it. Simple as that. Right or not? Otherwise, this is a feeling. There is so-called aesthetically beautiful. Aesthetically beautiful. Everything is beautiful. What is not beautiful? Everything is beautiful. But aesthetically beautiful, you know that, yeah, this one. So when it comes to dance, it has to be visually that precise. It is not about perfection.
Are there particular adavus which are supposed to be more lasyam rather than tandavam?
Of course. Just do ta te teta. For example, ta te te tat he te te tat te hat te hi te hat. Oh, so many adavus are there. So many. All this ta te teta, most of the ta te tetas are with that Lasya concept. All te hat te his are Lasya concept. Then it comes tat te tam, dhik te tam, tat te tam. The concept changes like a rigid movement with the grace. And that actually starting from Natadavu itself. If you just see third Natadavu, Teyum ta, tat teyum ta. Teyum ta, tat teyum ta, or teyum ta, tat teyum ta, teyum ta, tat teyum ta. For example, so how you coordinate? Even one adavu, it's not this adavu completely for Tandavam, this adavu completely for Lasya. So, teyum ta, tat teyum ta, teyum ta, tat teyum ta, teyum ta. Then you have to go that graceful, and teyum ta. Finish with that. The whole concept of movements itself changes when you have that understanding from within, where the grace comes, where the energy comes.
On this note, Anna, there was a question that was asked before about sent to me about because one of the adavus that we often practice and we often do a lot in Bharatanatyam is the Kirataka Tarikiratom or the Tadinginatom. Is there specific techniques in terms of getting that correctly that we can incorporate when we practice?
Okay, I think you understand because your voice is breaking, and I don't know. You're asking concept of the Tadinginatom and Kirataka Tarikiratom, isn't it? It's a fantastic question. This is very, very important because every core way or Thirumanam ending with these two adavus, either of these adavus. This is depending upon in that particular core way or a Thirumanam, how that choreographer or the person who set movements would like to finish it. And that finishing is depending on how the previous movements were. See, always I told you, even every Adavu is a combination of Tandavam and Lasya. So when there is always Lasya concept, if it is required, yes, the choreographer chooses such a way. Or if it's the most core ways or Thirumanams are a combination of that strong movements to grace and the strength and the grace. And every choreographer knows that every type of movement, side movements, forward movement, a circular movement, or sitting movement, standing movement, jumping movement, all this is that there has to be a combination of all this and end with Tadingin Natam. Tadingin Natam is a very strong energetic movement. And Kirataka is more graceful. So however that ending is depending on however that choreography was in the earlier part. I hope I made it clear.
Narendran, I think Akka has a question.
Yes, please.
On the same question, Anna, I have seen you dancing for last many decades, right? But each time when you do Tadingiratham or Kritatakadarikiratham, it's always been the same. Just wanted to understand how do you prepare your mind, or when you're doing that particular Adavu, how do how can you do the same thing, it's always the lines are correct, as you said, and the geometry of the body is correct. I just want to understand that technique.
Thank you so much, Radhika. I take this as a biggest compliment. I try my best to follow system. Okay, system is only one. For example, to understand our body, I was talking about Anga Pratyanga Upanga and all. Once in I think somewhere in France, one football commentator did an interview with me. So when he was talking to me about how your dance style, I have not seen dance. I know only football thing. How is your dance? I said that there's a systematic way to learn, like a language. For example, Bharatanatyam, if it is a body language, it is like any other language. Like for example, English alphabets A to Z. We have alphabets for eyes, head, neck, body, hands, gestures, legs. So we learn that, and we learn to coordinate. And so, like how I say, when you have Natyarambam, what? Natyarambam? What Natyarambam? So I had to explain that. This was in 1995. I remember, because I will never forget this man who did this interview with me, a football commentator doing Bharatanatyam dancer an interview. So he did not know what to ask. I said, you, whatever comes, you ask. So that was very, very interesting. So when I said Natyarambam, what Natyarambam means, I said it's a position called Natyarambam. It's a Sanskrit word. Then it was a radio. So I can't show my hand. I said, stretch both your hands to the sides, to your shoulder level, palm, elbow, and your shoulder in a line. Palm facing floor, fingers looking up, and then lift your elbow. So a kind of system that you have to say in your mind whenever that Natyarambam comes. After some time, the muscles will remember. Even if it goes suddenly like this, your body will give you kind of information. Hello, you're not doing your Natyarambam properly. And that's what I would say muscle memory. So the body will let you know. Then when your hand comes right in front, Tadinginatham, for example, Radhika teacher asked, that Tadinginatham is, it is not in the center the hand comes. So we have positions like this to your shoulder lines and for your chest center line. So Tadinginatham always will look better when this shoulder line and the hand comes, your body turn, and the same shoulder line at the back. The same shoulder lines are there at the back and the center back also. It depends on which Adavu you are doing, where you finish with that. For example, this this is on the same shoulder line. It is not in the center. If it goes the center, it will not look so graceful. So when the grace and the line to come, or Tadinginatham is when you get used to that lines in mind, because that's a technical term, and the technique goes with your emotion. Both are important. You should not stay only with techniques.
I think that makes sense in terms of practicing it enough.
Yeah. And then same way, Kittataka, Dhari Kittadam, this has to be in the center. It is not shoulder line. You can't think this can be in the shoulder line. So this has to be right in the center and the same diagonal here. The Natyarambam, I told you this 8 directions what Lord Shiva shows us.
Yeah.
So every time remember with Angikam, that 8 directions, the same direction goes here. And from here it goes, it's the same diagonal form in the front. So in the front also the same dola, shoulder level, or in the center. So when these lines are clear in mind, technically you are ready to explore with joy.
Sure.
Anna, I'm so sorry to interrupt. We only
Yes,
have
ma'am.
1 minute left, unfortunately.
Okay.
Lock us all out if we overshoot time. But I feel like we have so much to learn from you that we could just keep asking questions and keep going and going. Happy for us to send you questions if we have more that we're not able to ask in this demonstration. Is that okay?
Yes, please. Anytime. You want to continue now? I am ready.
Unfortunately, Anna, we have to shut because the Zoom.
Yes, please. So we will meet another time. Those interested can come together or ask anytime. I'm here.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
So hope it was a useful session. And thank you very much, Radhika and Bharata Kalanjali, once again for giving me this opportunity. It's wonderful to see you all. And all the best to you all. Happy Navaratri.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Anna.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Anna.
Bye. Bye.